right now. So, we're ready for 4B, which is on page of your note sheets. It's page 5 of your notes, but it's problem 4B. And we're going to use the quadratic formula. Now, the quadratic formula, anybody want to volunteer it for me? What's the quadratic formula?
AX, BX.
Well, the quadratic equation in standard form looks like that.
Yeah.
Yes, Luigi, you're correct. But what about the formula? X equals. It should be in your notes from yesterday. X equals.
Negative B plus or minus the square root
Of
B squared minus 4AC.
all over 2A. Now, you know the stuff you needed to know for the quiz, like the distance formula and how to find midpoint, y equals mx plus b, all that? You got to know this. Smart people know this, and you're all smart people. So here we go. Get it learned if you haven't already. For problem B, A is 2, B is 5, and C is -3. Would everybody agree with that? So now we'll just take those numbers and plug them in and see what happens. So here we go. -B plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is 25, minus 4 times 2 times -3, all over 2A. Everybody good with that so far? It's easy once you know the formula. So now we're going to just plug in some stuff. Evaluate some stuff. So what do we have under there? This is going to become a plus. What's 4 times 2 times 3? 24. So we have 25 plus 24?
Yep.
Which is 25 plus 24.
49.
49. Oh, that's nice.
7.
Because the square root of 49 is 7. Now, don't leave it like that, because you can simplify it. -5 plus 7 over 2, over 4, and -5 minus 7 over 4. Okay, what's -5 plus 7? 2 over 4 is 1/2. So one of your answers is 1/2. -5 minus 7. -12 over 4. Your other answer is -3. Right? Jonathan?
I don't see where the 49 came from.
This is 25 plus, you have two negatives times each other, it makes a plus, that's 24. What's 25 plus 24?
49.
There you go. Now this next one we have to pay attention to because something odd is going to happen. Looks like all the rest of them. Let's just jump in. Our A is 2, our B is 3, and our C is 7. Yeah, no, it's good. It's equal to 0, so everything's good. So X equals what? X equals -B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times 7. You see what's going to happen that has me a little bit uneasy? That negative isn't going to cancel, so that's going to stay a subtraction. And 4 times 2 times 7 is what? It's 56. So I've got, under my radical sign, I have 9 minus 56. That's negative 47. Now wait a minute. The square root of a negative. How do I handle that? I take out the I. How many of you remember, and you better all raise your hand, when you take the square root of a negative number, you pull out the I. So your answer ends up being negative 3 plus or minus I root 47 over 4. 47 does not break down. If it did, I would, but it doesn't. So I get to stop right there. But I have to take the I out first. Lucas, you remember that from last year? All right, now there's one more on this set. I want you to do it on your own. Right now, compare your answer with your neighbor on 4D. I'll do it up here. We'll see if we match on 4D. Avery made a point a minute ago, and I don't know if you all heard it. The equation has to be set equal to 0. So if it's not, this one is, so it's all good. But if it's not, you want to get it set equal to 0. Philip, you done already?
No.
How's that look to everybody? Everybody matching your neighbor and matching me? Tony, you just copied down what I did, or did you do that on your own? Did you do it on your own?
Yes.
Tony? Okay. All right, the next problem. And we won't get through this whole section, but I want to get through a couple of them. That looks a little bit strange. That's obviously a different kind of equation. It doesn't look like this one. It's a different kind of equation. How do we solve this, do you think? Yes, Miss Davis?
Square root.
You mean square.
Yeah, square.
We've already square rooted, so we're going to square both sides. And the reason Cameron's doing that is because what happens when you square a square root? They cancel. So we are left with x plus 2 equals 3x minus 1. Just a regular old equation that we can solve like we always solve. You don't need my help solving that. You got that, right?
Yep.
Now, we're going to do one more thing, and I'm going to let you go to lunch. This is important. When you square both sides of an equation, when that's your strategy, that's not what we did here. But when that's your strategy, you must check your answers. Now, you'll see why when we come back from lunch, but right now we're going to check this answer. The original problem was the square root of x plus 2 equals the square root of 3x minus 1. Take your calculator. Well, for this one you don't even need a calculator. That's 1.5. So this would be the square root of 3.5. I'm putting 1.5 in right here. So that would be the square root of 3.5. What's this side going to be? Well, take your calculator and take 3 times 1.5, or 3 times 3/2, and subtract 1. When I check my answers, I plug it in for the x's, right? So what's 3 times 1.5 minus 1? 3.5. Does that answer check out okay? Yeah, because both sides match. Now, when we come back from lunch, we'll do some more, and you'll find some answers that don't check. Stop. You will be in your seat, and I will be yapping at you at 12:20. 12:20. Now, 1 second later, you are in your seat at 12:20. In your seat at 12:20. Yeah. 12:20. Now, you can leave your stuff here or take it with you. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll lock the room if I leave.
Okay. I'm gonna see it.
You may gladly take it with you.
Yeah.
You may also leave it. I will not steal anything.